Hi there, this is Toni Ajayi. Now let's talk a little bit about seasons. Ecclesiastes in chapter 3 verse 1 says, "To everything there is a season, a time for every purpose under heaven." Now, a spiritual person understands how important it is to recognize times and seasons in their journey. You're not meant to do the same thing forever. A dear friend of mine once told me that you're not meant to be doing one thing all the time. And that really stuck with me. Now, when a season is about to shift, it usually means that God is transitioning you, maybe into a new place, a new assignment, new relationships, or a new environment. But stepping into a new season often means that we're leaving behind what belonged to the old season. And if you're someone who tends to hold on to things a lot, then that can be really difficult, but it's not impossible. This is why walking with God requires us to be very dynamic, flexible, open, and willing to move when He moves. Now, when God begins to prepare us for a new season, He usually will not shout. He'll start nudging you quietly. You may begin to feel drawn to the Word more. You find yourself praying more. You find yourself giving more of your time, your talents, and your resources to His work. Sometimes it will even pull you into a quiet place just to be alone with Him. Now, what's God doing here? God is preparing you. He's getting you ready to take flight. Isaiah 40:31 says that those who wait on the Lord will renew their strength. They will mount up with wings like eagles. But here is a warning. If you're not sensitive to when a season is changing and you stay in a place longer than God intended for you, things can start to feel very off. Right? The grace lifts. Another thing is that we often want to carry over people, ideas, and perspectives from our last season because we've become emotionally or sentimentally attached. But the truth is, God knows who and what doesn't have the capacity to go with you into the next season. Look at Abraham and Lot in Genesis chapter 13. Their separation wasn't easy, but it was necessary. The promise couldn't unfold until Lot was no longer in the picture. So how do you know that your spiritual season is changing? Let's go through a list. This list is not exhaustive. Everyone's walk with God is unique, but there are some signs to look out for. Number 1, there is an uneasiness and a dissatisfaction with where you currently are. You gradually become less complacent with your current situation. You want something different. There's this restlessness, and it's like God is quietly saying you are outgrowing where you are. Number 2, there is an intense hunger to seek God's face through prayer and word study. You just want more of God's presence, more of His clarity, more intimacy. It's not about routine anymore. It's now about relationship. Number 3, divine opportunities and supernatural open doors. God will start to align things. He'll start to introduce you to destiny helpers, divine connectors, people who carry keys for your next level. Revelations 3 verse 8 says, "See, I have placed before you an open door that no one can shut." Yes, so whenever you're about to step into that new season, God will open that door that will remain open until you walk through it. Number 4, there are some disruptions that will cause you to move. Like I said earlier, sometimes the good things that you've done in a place or a season will start to go bad. People may unexpectedly turn on you. Things will start falling apart, and that may be your cue to move immediately. Number 5, you may also receive prophetic words, dreams, visions about your new season. God doesn't leave His children blind. He will send you confirmations through people, through dreams, or just an inner knowing in your spirit. Amos chapter 3 verse 7 says, "Surely the Lord will do nothing without revealing His secret to His servants, the prophets." Number 6, and this is the final one, there is increased warfare and opposition. Spiritual attacks can intensify whenever your breakthrough is near. Even Jesus went through intense temptation before His ministry began. But the encouragement is in James chapter 1 verses 2-4 that says, "Consider it pure joy when you face trials, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance." So, as seasons shift, it's so important for us to stay in step with the move of God, not ahead of Him and not behind Him, but to be completely in sync. And let me just say this plainly. Sometimes God will ask you to move and then go completely quiet because He's teaching us to wait and trust. Learning to sit in God's silence is part of the process. so you don't doubt the instruction that he gave you just because you don't hear him speak for a little while. Even in the silence, God is still in control. So I pray for you and I pray for myself that we'll continue to stay aligned with God's divine purposes in every season of our lives. May we not miss what God is doing, and may we always have the grace to release what was so that we can receive what is coming. Amen. Have a beautiful week ahead. As always, God bless you.